I don't remember the last time the Golden State Warriors was this embarrassed. They got their asses whooped in Boston. It was a beatdown in Beantown. The Celtics came ready to play today, and the Warriors just played a horrible game. That was a good old-fashioned spanking. They got their butts spanked. They got kicked in the ass. Boston put up 44 points in the first quarter alone, using a 23-1 run to end the quarter. A lopsided affair. It was no contest. This game was over by halftime. They were up by 44 points at the half. 44. It wasn't a mistake looking at the first half stats. That was so bad that they should be ashamed to show their faces in public. I mean, my goodness, that was atrocious. That was a horrible showing by the Golden State Warriors. I have never seen anything like that in the Curry era. Never. That was my first time seeing the Golden State Warriors look that bad. This game was already over at halftime. The Golden State Warriors were nearly down by 50 at halftime. It was terrible. It is rare that we see a team down nearly 50 points in the first half. That is what happened on Sunday. That was the kind of obliteration we witnessed. It was a blowout of epic proportions. They got absolutely alienated in Boston. Today was a down day for Steph Curry. He didn't play well at all. He didn't look like his normal self. The game's purest shooter, Curry, went cold from deep, going 0 for 9 on three-pointers. They need a few days. They need a few days to recover from this. They need a few days off. And they need to take a break from basketball after that blowout loss at the hands of the Celtics. I mean, my goodness, take a break from basketball. That was a message sent and received from the Celtics. This Boston team is on a mission. They are clearly the best team in the East right now. Jason Tatum took advantage and showed out on his birthday. No Andrew Wiggins to defend at the wing. Jaylen Brown did his thing. The unstoppable duel of Tatum and Brown were able to get any shot they wanted from anywhere on the floor. Tatum finished with 27 and Brown had 29. Golden State had no answer for anything Boston was doing. Boston had it their way, like Burger King. At BK, you have it your way. That's pretty much what we saw in Boston this afternoon. This was one of the most impressive clinical offensive performances I've seen in a long time. Everything was falling in for the Celtics. Everything was going their way. Everything was working in their favor. The defense was amazing versus Steph Curry. Switched when necessary, and the screener defenders were capable of extending out to contest shots. First time I've ever seen Steph Curry this bad. Like, that was the first time I've ever seen him, shoot that terrible. 4 points on 2 for 13 shooting, 0 for 9 from 3. Nobody should get beat by 50 points in this league that calls itself a good team. That should never happen. Take a few nights off and respond from this embarrassment, because you got your asses embarrassed. I mean, my goodness, good Lord, good God. Lord have mercy. A 52-point defeat? A final score of 140-88? A forgettable loss for the Warriors. The Celtics' rout of the Warriors marked the third largest winning margin in franchise history. And when I look at the Celtics team, they got depth, they got perimeter shooting, they got athleticism, they got superstars. They play elite defensively. Actually, one of the few NBA teams that actually commits to both ends of the floor. No excuses. This is win or bust for the Boston Celtics. This is the time to do it right now. This team is built to win now. They have all the pieces in place to win a championship. I don't want to hear it. This is your year to make it happen. You got to show up when it matters the most, and that is in the playoffs. This team is talented enough to where they could beat and bully teams like this nightly. Their tenacity and their ferociousness strikes fear into opposing teams. Now they have to show they can do it in the finals, or none of this matters. Boston solidified that they can win regular season games. This is nothing new. We've seen this year after year. But this team has to do what it did on Sunday on basketball's brightest stage. And if they can do that, they will be crowned NBA champions.